I think now, as we reach into this new AI era, we really need somebody like a Ginkgo Data Points, where you're going to have somebody that is almost pre-competitive, but it's going to help you understand what tools are available, make those tools better by engineering data. Is really the limiting factor or bottleneck to improving the models, improving the ability of AI to improve drug discovery.
And for AI modeling, you need to have a breadth of data across the full performance window. So that's something that Data Points and Ginkgo has been focused on for a while, allowing you to actually measure across the full performance window. So that's something that we're really focused on, helping customers understand maybe some of those data gaps, how they can fill them, and then designing the experiments to build those data sets. The conviction, the confidence that AI will be transformed in the drug discovery space is like the observed impact. We can see the models getting better at making the predictions that they were making a year ago. More data feeds them, better model architecture. You just see the progress right in front of you. And then also just like the observed progress at our fingertips to deploying simple AI tools to help us get our jobs done. So you just see like AI as a technology set being impactful to almost any problem you try to steer towards.
We're standing outside of one of Ginkgo Bioworks' labs. Ginkgo Bioworks is a company that's got 15 plus years experience pursuing this mission of making biology easier to engineer. It's an integrated system where they bring together a series of devices around a robotic arm. You could think of it like an assembly line for doing experiments. Rather than a person moving material from one instrument to another, you program the robot to do that. This side of our Bioworks 7, we're really focused on mammalian cell culture. So for mostly human cells, as well as different rodents, etc. And so you can see all the biosafety cabinets. This is all BSL2. Most of Ginkgo is BSL2 plus, and we dedicate this work to mammalian application. And most companies don't have this differentiation or distinction, mammalian versus microbial. But at Ginkgo, of course, we work across so many different industries as well as so many different domains of life that we need to make sure we keep these separate. We're pausing in front of what's a single instrument dedicated to medium throughput stirred tank fermentation. And if you are able to look down this whole biological corridor, you can see that there's multiple of these. So this is a technology that we adopted from a commercial vendor that we fell in love with nearly a decade ago. And we found that it's a high leverage technology where we can leverage automation and then filling tanks and sampling from stirred tank reactors to make measurements on the strains that we're producing, the strain cell lines that we're producing. And this allows basically a smaller workforce to explore more experimental space at a lower price point. This is where the future of Ginkgo is. This is our automation, reconfigurable automation carts known as racks. And they are ultimately poised to change the paradigm of automated biology. At its simplest core, you can think of it as a box. However, it's much more than that. So as we had discussed with the work cell previously, the integrated work cell, you have a single robotic arm that then rotates around other instruments. In this case, you have this box cart there. So as we walk here, you'll see there's a number of carousels here. Behind it are some racks that we have, and then a nice video of how the racks are implemented. Let's move here into towards our newest generation of racks, and you can get a better look on. And so for each rack is a contained environment where it has a HEPA filter on top. It has all of its power supplies, and then it has individual pieces of the equipment inside. So each rack can fit one piece of equipment, if not more. And there is a robotic arm dedicated for each piece of the equipment. Between the racks, we have a magnetic system that actually binds it together, and then a magnetic rail that can then transfer samples from a piece of equipment to piece of equipment. That is rack to rack or box to box. All of our next-gen sequencers that span the gamut from Illumina to Pacific Biosystems. We have a new NovaSeq X in the back there. And so we are able to do all the next-gen sequencing that you can imagine, plus some. We're experts in this space, and we're able to take advantage of racks to do the high-throughput sample prep.